hello to everyone out there in YouTube land. I am the Captain of Uke, and this is my entry into the Play It Forward ukulele video contest. In this lesson, I'm going to cover how to play movable chord forms for 3 different types of major chords. Now, if you have a good handle on most of the open chords, but you're having trouble learning tunes that you hear on the radio or on the internet, or maybe just a little trouble following along with a group in a jam session, learning a few basic shapes for movable chord forms can help you take your ukulele playing to the next level. Now, there are many different ways to finger a given chord, but for the ones I'm going to show you today, we'll concentrate on 3 forms which are derived from the open fingerings. Each of these chord forms has the root of the chord on a different string. So once you get a good handle on these 3 chord forms, you'll be able to play major chords pretty much anywhere up and down the neck. So let's get started. The first movable chord I'd like to take a look at is the one that's based on the open A chord form. Now, most of us probably know this chord. Using just 2 fingers, sounds something like this. Now, all I'm going to do to make this a movable chord form is just finger it with my 2nd and 3rd fingers instead of my 1st finger. I'm going to bar the open fret with my index finger. Now you see I've moved this one up 1 fret. And it's the same chord form. Let's take a look at a picture and see how it looks. So you can see how it's fingered from the picture. I'm using my index finger just to bar all the way across the neck. And you also see that the root of this chord is on both the 1st and the 4th string. It's important to remember that so you know where to play it, particularly if you're improvising. The next movable chord form I'd like to take a look at is based on the open F fingering. And again, I'm going to use the same technique to use my index finger to bar across the entire neck and finger the chord with the remaining fingers. So an F chord would sound something like this. And if I move that up to be an F sharp, I'm just going to bar across that neck with this finger right here and keep the other 2 fingering the same chord as the F. Now on this chord, it's important to know that the root of the chord is on the 2nd string, the one that I'm fingering with my 2nd finger right here. Let's take a look at that one and see how it looks on a picture. So you can see from the picture where the root is on that chord, and just keep that in mind as you play that up and down the neck. So here's an F sharp and a G. You may also finger the open G chord like this. It's the same for the G chord, and you just play that on up the neck for practically any chord that you'd like to play. Now the last one I'd like to look at today is a modified form of the D chord. A lot of people play a D chord just by placing fingers on the 2nd fret on the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings, something like this. But I found it's been very helpful as I play with members of a group or go to jam sessions to do a slightly different version of that D chord and finger it with the 2nd fret barred with my index finger, and then my pinky is playing up on the 5th fret, and it sounds something like this. Now the root on this chord is on the 3rd string right here. Let's take a look at that picture and see what it looks like. So with the D chord and having that root there on the 3rd string, we can now move this one up and down the neck as well. So if we'd like to play an E chord, here's the D, we'll just move that up 2 frets, and we now have an E chord. We're going to play an F, go up 1 more fret. And it's just that easy. So now you know 3 different chord forms, and you can find the root of those chord forms on any of the strings on the neck. So you have a chord form that's going to fit the 1st and the 4th string for a root, and a chord form that's going to have the root on the 3rd string, and a chord form that has a root on the 2nd string. With this we can pick out a simple progression. So let's do a very simple, just 1-4-5 progression, and we'll do G, C, D, and then back to G. So here's G, C, D, G. All with the movable chord forms. Let's do that one more time. So this is really good. Now that you've learned a song in the G, or have a chord progression in G tuning, so you're using G, C, and D for the major chords. Let's say you attend a jam session, or you want to learn a song, or somebody else that you play with has learned that song in the key of A. Very easy. I'm just going to take those same forms and move them up 2 frets. Now I'm playing that G chord up 2 frets as an A. And we play the A, D, and E chords in the same way. Here we go. And it's just that easy. So there you have it, with 3 movable chord forms for major chords, and now you can play chords anywhere up and down the neck. Now the nice thing about these movable chord forms is you can also apply them to other chords that you've learned, not just the majors, but minors and minor 7s and major 7s. And after you learn a handful of patterns for your chords, you can play almost anything anywhere on the neck. So I'd encourage you to do so, and maybe we'll do another video in the future that looks at some of those other chord shapes. I'd like to thank Julie of UkuleleReview.com for thinking of this great idea for the Play It Forward ukulele video contest. And hopefully I can win this contest and stop playing this cardboard uke that I built. Yes, this one I've played in the video truly is made from cardboard, and we've got about $6 in this one, so hopefully I can win a ukulele and start playing a real uke and make some more videos with that one. Thank you to Julie. Thank you to all the icons of ukulele on the internet, guys like Dominator and John Rockwell. You guys are really an inspiration. Thanks a lot. This is the Captain of Uke, signing out.